morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Good morning, SKN. I am Jamie Morris.
And I'm Mimi.
So we begin today with a brief look at the weather. So the high for today is 86 degrees Fahrenheit. The low will be 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And it will be mostly sunny with a 20% chance of showers. So awesome start to what would be an incredible day, Mimi.
Always.
All right, so we get right into the latest. And here is the latest in the local news. St. Kitts visa-free agreements extended to over 161 citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, as a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, we can travel to over 161 destinations worldwide, including major business hubs in Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas, visa-free or visa on arrival, according to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Aviation Minister, the Honorable Mark Grantley. The 161 destinations include countries in Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas. The latest country to partner with St. Kitts and Nevis was Sao Tome and Principe, who signed a full visa waiver agreement. Earlier in the year, visa waiver agreements were also signed with Palestine, Burkina Faso, and Gabon. St. Kitts and Nevis is now ahead of Mexico and Israel and tied with Barbados for the #1 passport, can you imagine that, in the Caribbean region, and 24th globally. Grantley also added that the government would continue to build on key affiliations with partners such as Canada and the United States to strengthen bilateral relations further, and forecasted that face-to-face engagements at ministerial and ambassadorial levels would increase with quarantine and travel restrictions once they are eased. So, awesome.
Amazing, amazing. So I'm very proud to have a Kittian passport right now.
I've always been proud, you know.
Yeah. More proud.
Okay, there you go.
More proud. Ease of access, yeah. I've actually seen a few videos like on TikTok where people, you know, were so happy to receive, like non-nationals were so happy to receive Kittian passports, and I always feel a little extra special, like that's my country. SKNFA President highlights accomplishments and looks ahead to 2022. President of the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association, Atiba Harris, in his maiden Christmas message, highlighted many achievements of his executive team since taking office late August 2021. These includes distribution of football equipment to schools on St. Kitts and Nevis, the appointment of Tishel McLean, a general secretary, the first woman to hold this position, and the distribution of the long-awaited CONCACAF license certificate to local coaches. On the development of grassroots football in the Federation, Mr. Harris pointed out that over 100 balls, 50 pair of boots, amongst other training supplies, were distributed to schools across the country. This project will continue into the new year until all the primary schools, both public and private, are served, he said. He used the opportunity to congratulate the under 17 and under 20 teams for their tremendous showing at the regional competition in the recent months. Much of our resources will be geared in this area of development to ensure the product within a few years is aligned with the overall SKNFA vision, he said. So great news for local football. We've been doing some great stuff in our competitions. I know that we're very competitive. We like to say think it's small, but we talawa. So yes, we're getting better at football, and I'm really excited to see what 2022 holds.
I'm thinking it's a great time to be a student with all of those donations.
Correct.
I'm a little jealous right now.
Correct. I remember in primary school playing football with like an old football, but no, we'll have new football, so that's exciting. In other local news, the Sandy Point Police Station moves to its new location. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is hereby notifying the general public, and in particular the residents of the Sandy Point area and surrounding villages, that the Sandy Point Police Station is now in its new location in the new security and judicial complex located at Bouncing Hill in Sandy Point. Persons can also reach the station by dialing 465-6261. I think we'd mentioned that earlier this month that they were moving, so a good start for 2022 in a new location.
Indeed, indeed.
All right, so we're going to take a brief commercial break, and we'll be right back with the regional news. You're watching Good Morning SKN.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
And we are back on Good Morning SKN, continuing with the latest in regional news. Know Your Caribbean says people back home should stop discouraging people from coming home. St. Lucian-born visual artist and filmmaker Fiona Compton is behind the popular Instagram account Know Your Caribbean and asked Caribbean friends and family who live in their home countries to stop discouraging Caribbean people who live abroad to move back home. Fiona Compton shares Caribbean history to over 137,000 followers on Instagram and through partnerships. In her recent Instagram post, which was liked over 12,000 times, she asked, quote, all my Caribbean family and friends who live in their home countries, end quote, not to discourage Caribbean diaspora from returning to their native islands. The caption said, quote, the Caribbean is in a constant state of brain drain. We leave for what is meant to be a short time to get diversified education, new skills, and then some of us get comfortable, get married, get paid well, or perhaps even healthcare. And many of us get discouraged from moving back home by those who actually stayed. So, interesting piece on this, Mimi. What are your thoughts?
I've never discouraged anyone from coming back home, so have you?
I've never discouraged anyone from coming back home, but I understand the arguments on both sides because there seems to be greener pastures, not for everybody per se, but there are some people who are able to elevate. And we've also seen, even when they do, they're still able to contribute to the development of our society, whether they come back as guest speakers or sharing their experiences overall. So, you know, it can go either way.
It can. Well, this is my encouragement too. If you want to come back home, feel free. All right, on to international news. A Russian court orders oldest civil rights group memorial to shut down. Russian Supreme Court has ordered the closure of the International Memorial, Russia's oldest human rights group. Memorial worked to recover memory of millions of innocent people executed, imprisoned, or persecuted in the Soviet era. Formerly, it has been liquidated for failing to mark a number of social media posts with its official status as a foreign agent. That designation was given in 2016 for receiving funding from abroad. But in a court, the prosecutor labeled Memorial a public threat, accusing the group of being in the pay of the West to focus attention on Soviet crimes instead of highlighting a glorious past. Well, I guess it depends on who's describing that past.
Well, that's the point. It's all about perspective.
It really is. It's all about perspective. Well, that is the end of our latest news, unless Jamie has any more updates for us, maybe in his life.
What am I going to say? There's no scope here for personal news, so we are done with the latest for now, unless Mimi has anything to add.
No, that's fine. I'm good. I'm good.
That's exactly what I thought.
So we're at the end of the latest. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
Hey, my friend, what going on?
Not a thing. I just here cooling under this tree, about to eat a mango or two.
Where you get mango from all now?
Boy, Auntie Rose bring me some mango this morning.
Oh, gosh. What you hit me for?
You give me something to put on?
Girl, you can't just come tempting me with these juicy round pally mangoes and expect me not to want some.
Just because something looks appealing and you want it, doesn't mean you are entitled to it and that you should touch or take it. Your mother ain't teach you manners. Ask for consent first before you touch up the mango them.
But why ask? And if it's dear, it's dear. Just take it. Why ask?
Simple. If it is mine and you ain't asked for it, it is called, wait for it, stealing.
That's true. My bad. Okay. May I please have some mangoes?
I don't know. After that spectacle, I ain't sure I want to give you any.
You see that? But I ask.
Just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give. It is still my mangoes.
So what you tell me ask for then?
Because consent is everything. Had you asked first, I would have been more inclined to give you one. And just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give you. You got it?
Okay, I got it. Now, may I please have some mangoes?
Only because you're my friend and I like you. But that still don't mean you're entitled to it.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Good. Don't leave your mango skin on the ground, eh?
If you understand the importance of asking for someone's consent for a mango, then it shouldn't be too hard to understand consent when it comes to sex. The power of consent is everything. Ask first.
If you or a friend has been sexually assaulted, please call 465-5000 for the counseling center.
This message was brought to you by No Judgment SKN and sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Department of Gender Affairs, and the Caribbean Development Bank.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. I'm excited. Can you hear it in my voice, Mimi? We're going to talk about Calypso. The music is characterized by its rhythmic tunes and biting lyrics of double entendre that addresses social and political issues in the form of wit and satire. The Calypso Monarch competition here in St. Kitts is a major event and will take place tomorrow. Last week, we had the pleasure of featuring two Calypsonians, the reigning Calypso Monarch, Queenie G, and Calypso veteran Socrates. Well, today in our midst, we have another Calypso veteran, Walston King Starshield Shields. King Starshield has been in the Calypso arena since 1973 when he participated in the first ever junior Calypso competition held in St. Kitts and Nevis. A few years later, he became the National Calypso Monarch in 1977. A decade later, in 1987, he won the title for a second time. Join us in welcoming the icon himself, King Starshield, to Good Morning SKN. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. This is a living legend, and it is such an honor to have you in our presence today. What I want to ask you first is, Starshield is quite a captivating name. How did you come up with that?
Well, it's a historical name, really. It came from my dad, who, when he was born, his parents said, "A star is born."
Oh.
But the surname is Shield, so he was called Starshield.
Well, it seems to ring true indeed, because a star was born and it continued through your generation. So you participated in the first ever junior Calypso competition. Can you tell us what that experience was like for you?
It was really an experience that made me what I am today, you know, because I came from Sandy Point, and I entered the competition because I was supporting other Calypsonians from the school which I attended at the Sandy Point High School, and I was a musician prefect, and they wanted someone, you know, who was a musician and who was already in the entertainment business to be supportive to them going into Bastille to perform for the first time. I was not a calypsonian. I was into R&B and reggae and soca and, you know, spooge, you know. I was into the other genres. So I decided, okay, I'm going to assist. So I decided to write a calypso, you know, and I also helped other calypsonians with their writing and arranging. I'm a guitarist, and I play other instruments, but my main instrument is guitar.
Yeah, his tie has a guitar on it.
You know, so when I went on that night, I made the finals. On the final night, the MC introduced me as a calypsonian all the way from Sandy Point. You know, so when I came out on stage, the audience started to say, Sandy Point, go back Sandy Point, you know. But I wasn't afraid. You know, I wasn't afraid. I said, well, at the end of the night, I think we'll be able to, you know, change them, win them over, you know. So it did happen. I was placed second runner-up, and on my way out from the Carnival Village, I was hearing people saying, like, you know, we'd like to hear the Mighty Stars. I said, okay, then I'll be back.
So that, in essence, was your, I mean, initiation into calypso. Well, it doesn't seem like it was necessarily your plan to be a calypsonian.
No, it wasn't.
So was it after that instance of, you know, coming to Bastia, a country boy coming to Bastia to sing calypso and placing second runner-up, you know, you didn't think you would. Was that what motivated you to continue in calypso?
Well, I was encouraged by that. But then what really inspired me is when I realized what calypso can do. You know, calypso it had a message that no other genre has. You know, it gets down into the soul of the people, and I could sing about things that would actually help humanity, you know, because I'm a humanitarian, you know. I'm an Aquarian. And you know what it's all about. You know, we're humanitarians. So I always hear about the poor and the needy, and, you know, equal rights, justice, things like that. And if you check out my songs, that's, you know, the trend of my songs is all about that.
So you felt like calypso gave you that voice to speak for the people who probably couldn't speak for themselves.
Yes, yes.
Your song, sir, Mental Slavery, was voted Caribbean Song of the Year in 1980. I'm going to ask you to give us a sense of the inspiration behind it in a more specific way, if you can.
Well, as this song, you know, it speaks for itself. You know, the lyrics of the song is saying that the slavery has not really been abolished. You know, until we get it out of our minds, and we free our minds from it, we'll still be slaves all the time, mentally. You know, economic slavery is not really, you know, it doesn't exist among us anymore, but the mental slavery, you know, it's, the cracking of the whip and the beating of the drums is still on our minds.
So again, you've had such a legendary career. Can you tell us some of the places that you've been to because of calypso?
Well, I've been to most of the islands in the Caribbean. I've been to, well, the first place I performed calypso outside of the Federation was in Tortola in 1978.
You also have a good memory.
You know, after I won the Calypso Crown, instead, which was 77, 78, and with the Dynamics band, which was a band from Sandy Point. And, then I moved on to Puerto Rico. I did some recordings with the band, and then on to New York City, where I performed at the famous Audubon Ballroom, along with Sparrow and Arrow, and and I did some gigs with Dionne Warwick, and then in 1979, I did some tours to Virgin Islands and Thomas and Croix, and 81, then to Virgin Islands, when I did my second album with Good Shepherd and Mass, and I traveled also to a cross-continental tour, to Germany and Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey.
Oh, wow. I hear you mentioned the song Good Shepherd, which is a crowd favorite. You're actually a little bit older than I am, just a little bit, but I do know that song so well. We'll actually take a listen of that one. That one is very popular, and we do have a recording of that we'll listen to right now.
We have reached at a crucial stage, situation that's taken us right back to space 3 days, but I say, you are the shepherd, we are the sheep. And that you must keep. So how can we prosper with our lives in your hand when you're hunger for power, corrupting this land for the news and information that I feel every day? All I can do is just get right down on my knees and pray, and while meditating I hear a voice saying, shepherd that leads his sheep astray. Oh yeah, but I'm asking up the place. Oh yeah, I'm telling you straight to your face. Oh yeah, you are a big disgrace. Oh yeah, destroying the human race. Every leader should be brave. It's a fact I must explain. Opposition.
So we just listened to The Good Shepherd again, one of my favorites of yours, or one of my favorite calypsos of all time, actually. Can you run us through the inspiration behind that song?
Well, I'm a type of visionary, and I like to see things that are coming, I don't like to sing about things that are already happened, because I don't find it to be much help to us. It's like reading a newspaper, okay, this happened, something happened here and something happened there, but then I like to deal with solutions to the situation, and also to see things that are coming. I did a song called The Watchman, which, a song about being a watchman, and that's what Calypsonians should be, to see what is to come, not what has already passed. Because the past, the damage is already done.
Right.
So I saw The Good Shepherd as a song that was preparing us for the times that were already, signs of the times were already here. But what we would have to be prepared for. That's why I said, well, that Calypsonians like me should be good shepherds and see that diverse times and peril has come, and false prophets rising up, deceiving every nation, and so on, you know. And we should be able to stand up and fight and wipe out corruption and so on, you know, because I saw that the aspects of leadership, which I dealt with, but when I said you are the shepherd, we are the sheep, I was talking about, I was talking to like government leaders and opposition leaders and so on, and then after that, I mentioned teachers, parents, you know, and Calypsonians, you know.
So there was something in your song for everyone.
Yeah, and all aspects of leadership, you know, so that we all are shepherds, you know, and you know, and that we should follow the good shepherd, which is Jesus Christ.
Sir, I wish we had more time to speak with you because I sense that you are a wealth of knowledge. Unfortunately, our time is just about expired. But what a lovely way to end a segment, of course, with you admonishing us to be good shepherds, a living legend himself. We've been talking with King Starshield. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. It was truly our pleasure, sir.
And for your contribution to our culture and our history in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
We will be back with more Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
The St. Kitts Diabetes Association wants to encourage you to remember the association's gospel, abbreviated TEAM, in order to maintain good control of your diabetes. T, you must test your blood sugar regularly. E, you must eat right with decent quantities of vegetables and fruits and eliminate sugary products. E, you must exercise frequently, at least 4 to 6 times weekly for 30 minutes or more each time. And M, you must take your medication as prescribed by your healthcare provider. If you follow this gospel, you will significantly reduce your chances of encountering the dreaded complications associated with poor control of diabetes, namely kidney failure, blindness, heart disease, stroke, and amputations. Visit your healthcare provider regularly to ensure good control of your diabetes and to access early intervention in case of any unexpected complications. Come and join the St. Kitts Diabetes Association and add your voice and your efforts to those working to ease the burden of persons living with diabetes. Thank you.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? You let's see what real happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every weekend Mom and Dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
And you're back watching Good Morning SKN. Making a difference. How many of us have often said this to ourselves or even asked ourselves, can we make a difference? Or how can we bring some hope or cheer to those in need? The last 2 years have been tumultuous at best. Some have been affected more than others. As the Christmas and holiday season came upon us, we busied ourselves ensuring that we had everything we needed, including food. Our business and hassle to be ready, we might have forgotten or briefly put in the back of our minds those who are less fortunate than we were and those who are in need. Thanks to the Rotary Club of Liam, several citizens benefit from a gift basket of food or bags to their Christmas for cheer. We have in the studio with us President Miss Claudel Gums and a good friend of mine, Dominic Matthew, to talk to us about the Rotary's most recent activity other things of Rotary. Welcome.
Welcome.
Wonderful. So the Rotary of Liamigo, the Rotary Club of Liamigo, recently held a food hamper distribution activity. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That activity is part of our annual mandate that the club carries out. We've been doing so since the inception in 2003. And we do this annually to the less fortunate, underprivileged, the elderly. It's a wide cross-section of persons that we cover across our community with no exception. So this year we made sure that we kept our promise to those persons. We've worked in partnership with social services, we've worked with community leaders, we've worked with churches to ensure that at that particular time of year, we bring that extra cheer to those persons who really need it, COVID or no COVID. Of course, there have been some setbacks with COVID, but we've kept our promise to those persons.
Wonderful.
What has the response been like, particularly this year?
The response was overwhelming. We target normally 50, but I can tell you this year we've had over 50. Outside of the activity that we've done recently, last week before last, we actually did some during the COVID period because we had that need as well. Persons reached out to us and said, look, we have this need. And instead of waiting until then, we actually did something during that period, of course, following the protocols and the guidelines as well.
So outside of the hampers, and you said you did it a little bit before the holiday season, what other initiatives have you guys, or were you able to, because I know we have all sorts of restrictions, we can't move and live as we want to, per se, but what other initiatives were done in 2021?
We've done quite a bit. Outside of the hampers and so forth, we've kept our promise. We like to keep our promises because we're here to make a difference, like you said earlier, and we're keeping our promise. So I'll go back. We did our annual Sadler's Home for the Elderly project. We normally go there. It's Independence Week, We normally go on the 16th, which is National Heroes Day, to celebrate those sheroes and heroes
Aw.
in our community at Sadler's. Of course, they've made their contributions, of course, again, sticking with the theme, making a difference. And we've been there, we donated some materials to the home for them to use. We've donated a workstation, a flat screen television, as well as some household products for them to use for those persons who are resident there or who usually come there during the day. It's a daycare facility, so we've given the materials for them to use based on their requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of that, we've made a difference. We had our annual backpack school project, back to school project, where we gave over 25 children school supplies to ensure that they stay ahead of the grade with or without COVID, to make sure that their educational needs are met as well. So we have been making a difference with the elderly, with the young people, those in between, and those who are not in between.
Making a difference is a recurring theme as I listen to you, and I want to know right now how that feeds into the larger mandate of the Rotary Club of Waimea.
Well, it is part of who we are. We are Rotarians, and our first thing is to serve persons, to give our service best. That was a theme that was resonating years ago. Right.
Serve to change lives.
So there you go. So we're continuing that theme of serving to change lives by making that difference.
So how many members, I'm seeing some pictures and y'all look lovely in your t-shirts and your matching bags, but can you tell us how many members are a part of the group and when your meetings are held?
Currently we have 28 members, including honorary members. There's are persons who are no longer in active membership, but we still consider them members. We meet on Wednesdays. Currently we're meeting virtually because of the protocols, and so we are meeting virtually at midday, lunchtime. But typically we meet for breakfast. We're a breakfast club on Wednesdays. Yes.
Okay. And what if persons, I mean, a lot of people, as I said earlier, like wonder, how could we help? Is it any way that, you know, regular folk who are not a part of Rotary can assist the mission, the cause?
Yes, you can. We actually welcome donations. You can visit rotary.org to donate to the International Fund. You can also donate directly to the club. You can reach out to any member or you can reach out to us via social media, email, and our website. Our website is rotaryliamiga.org. Our email address is liamiga.rotaryclub@gmail.com. And also, we're on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Rotary Club of Liamiga. So you don't have to be a member to donate and to support our causes. And some of the projects we did, they were not only funded by membership, but by also some corporate sponsors.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So we will be back to talk a little bit more with you about the Rotary Club of Waimea in a moment. Stay tuned, please.
Check the area code, direct the area code. Anywhere me go, you know me touch the road like this, touch up the road like this, touch up the place like this, touch up the stage like this, like this, like this, like this. Come rep your place, rep your flag, where you from, who you are. The world is a stage, so showcase like a star. You little up, we begin that we come from far. Then we take it to the world, so like a real stamp. So we roll, yeah, so we roll, yeah. High performance anytime we touch the road, yeah, that's how we roll.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
You are watching Good Morning SKN, and we're here with two members of the Rotary Club of Laimiga, and they're telling us a little bit about how they've been helping the community. As we've well, we don't need to mention it. We're still in COVID times, unfortunately, and I know people could use, a lot of people could use a helping hand around this time. But you said that you've been helping even before COVID, so we'd like to just continue that discussion. I think we were watching an ad just now, and I saw some familiar faces. Can you tell us a bit about what that ad was about, what that initiative was actually?
Well, we decided as a club that we have a role to play in promoting COVID awareness. So we partnered with one of our members who happens to own Modern Elegance, Daryl Charles, and he gave us the opportunity.
That name sounds familiar.
Very familiar.
Vaguely familiar.
Very, very familiar. He gave us the opportunity to, once again, make the difference. And we did a video with some of our members to inform the public about their responsibility when it comes to COVID and protecting those loved ones, your children, your family, those persons in our community. So Claudel and I had a starring role.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
No Oscars.
Yes.
So on a little more of a personal level, obviously you are contributing as part of a club, but I suspect that there are personal rewards that you get from knowing that you're able to improve lives. What has that been like for each of you?
For me, the personal benefit is just knowing that I'm able to make a difference in the lives of others, the less fortunate in our communities. And so it's that personal sense of achievement that I've helped someone in some small way for me. And I've always wanted to give back to the community and to assist those less fortunate around us. So for me, it's personally that's rewarding feeling for me.
Well, for me, I've been a community activist for years, so it's just part of my DNA. It's who I've become and who I am. So for me, being a part of the Rotary Club of Laimiga and making that difference is just another part of me, the person.
Wonderful. I feel all warm and fuzzy.
That's a feeling.
That's a feeling.
But you should join us on one of our projects. I think Claude and now would be a good time to invite both of them to join us for one of our projects.
Wonderful.
Yes, we'd love to do that.
So they can get that warm
feeling. Yes, we'd love that. And as you said, just knowing that you're helping people around you. I mean, we're just leaving the holiday season. We're almost at the end of it. And some reason you would think that, getting gifts is the best part, but actually when you give a gift, like the feeling is just, out of this world.
It's an even better feeling.
Yes, it's an even better feeling. So, I mean, do I have to be an entrepreneur or a professional to be a part of the Rotary?
So ideally,
what are the requirements?
Ideally, we target professionals because there is a financial aspect to being a Rotarian, so you would pay your dues and commitment fees. And so ideally, we target professionals. However, there is a process to become a member. You can find out more on our website in terms of the requirements. There are some forms that would have to be completed and submitted to the board for review.
Sounds like you're interested, maybe.
I mean, they did just invite us. Yes. Were you listening?
I was listening to one activity, so it sounds like you're interested. You see what she's doing here? She's going to tag me along. So
earlier, and before we went into this segment, when we're in the break, you were telling us, well, hinting to us about other things that you have coming this year. Can we get a little bit more? Or can you just remind me of what we said?
Sure. So
I don't want you to get into any trouble.
No problem. I don't want to either. we have a number of projects, community-based projects, again, that we have been discussing for quite some time. And most of the discussion is around young persons. These are projects that are specifically geared towards young persons, development of young persons, the well-being of young persons. So in the coming weeks, I would want to say because we're at the end of the year now, in the coming weeks, we will be rolling out at least two additional projects that are youth and community based. The public can rest assured that we'll be making a difference in 2022 as well.
Wonderful.
And they're actually in line with our district mandate for this year in terms of diabetes awareness and water and sanitation in our communities.
So every year there's a different...
There are 7 areas of focus within Rotary, and so our projects are they're in line with those focus areas.
Okay.
Could you give us a sense of what they are, those focus areas?
So there's water and sanitation, and so we tend to do projects in relation to that. So we're looking at a water harvesting project. That's one thing that we're looking at in the early stages as well. And there is mother's health and children, and so we look at that. There is also a diabetic foot care clinic that's in line with our diabetes and health and wellness as well.
So, I mean, lots of different categories.
Yes. And so our projects are
on your projects are, okay, I got it. So did you?
No, I actually just, I was actually going to say, I want to thank you for stopping by. Because I realized
it's been my pleasure.
Well, yes, every time, I see you, I know you're up to something good.
Is it always something? We're not
it is always something.
It is always something.
That's why I'm here.
Exactly, Dominic. We know that.
So before we go on break, I just wanted you to remind us again, how could we get into contact with you in case we wanted to donate, we wanted to be a part, we wanted to get that fuzzy feeling and know that we're helping people in the community?
So to donate, you can visit Rotary.org. To donate to the foundation, to donate to our club specifically, you can reach out to us. We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Rotary Club of Lyamega. We also have a website, rotarylyamega.org, and we are also accessible via email, rotary.lyamegaclub@gmail.com.
All right, wonderful.
Yes.
Well, you're watching Good Morning SKN. We had Dominic, Matthew, and Claude Elgums from the Rotary Club of Lyamega with us, talking about sharing and, just helping the community, helping people in the community. We're going to take a brief break and we'll be right back. You are watching Good Morning SKN.
This is Good Morning SKN with Mimi and Jamie on Studio 327.
Hey, my friend, what going on?
Not a thing. I just here cooling under this tree, about to eat a mango or two.
Where you get mango from all now?
Boy, Auntie Rose bring me some mango this morning.
Oh, gosh. What you hit me for?
You give me something to put on?
Girl, you can't just come tempting me with these juicy round pally mangoes and expect me not to want some.
Just because something looks appealing and you want it, doesn't mean you are entitled to it and that you should touch or take it. Your mother ain't teach you manners. Ask for consent first before you touch up a mango them.
But why ask? And if it's dear, it's dear. Just take it. Why ask?
Simple. If it is mine and you ain't asked for it, it is called, wait for it, stealing.
That's true. My bad. Okay. May I please have some mangoes?
I don't know. After that spectacle, I ain't sure I want to give you any.
You see that? But I ask.
Just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give. It is still my mangoes.
So what you tell me ask for then?
Because consent is everything. Had you asked first, I would have been more inclined to give you one. And just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give you. You got it?
Okay, I got it. Now, may I please have some mangoes?
Only because you're my friend and I like you. But that still don't mean you're entitled to it.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Good. Don't leave your mango skin on the ground, eh?
If you understand the importance of asking for someone's consent for a mango, then it shouldn't be too hard to understand consent when it comes to sex. The power of consent is everything. Ask first. If you or a friend has been sexually assaulted, please call 465-5000 for the Counseling Center.
This message was brought to you by No Judgment SKN and sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Department of Gender Affairs, and the Caribbean Development Bank.
You are watching Good Morning SKN, and the program continues. The National Carnival Queen Pageant has to be the highlight of many people's carnival season. I think that's true indeed. We've had the honor of featuring past carnival queens here on Good Morning SKN. We spoke with Haley Cassius, I'm sure you remember that, Mimi, Pamela Wall, and the mother-daughter duo that captured the crown, Jennifer Howell and Janelle Lake. We also spoke with the reigning Calypso monarch, Queenie G, I do remember that, who was awesome. Also, yes, a carnival queen. So the talent segment of the pageant is what many people anticipate, as you, I'm sure, can tell us. The talent, skill, and aptitude of these contestants is absolutely alluring to the pageant spectators. Today, we will be looking back at the best performing talent segment for 3 former National Carnival Queen contestants, and at some point later, when we're doing this again, I'm going to dig up your old video. So that's a promise.
I hope not.
But for now, we're looking at contestant number 1. All right, queen number 1. This is Irvincia Warner, Sugar Mass 41.
These old man, every time they see me in my uniform, they no care, no? They ain't care. Them old man, you no care? I'm in my uniform. The other day I was by me daddy's bar when this man pull up in a fancy car. He went by the bar to buy a drink. Then he looked at me and he started to wink. He grabbed a drink.
So we are back. Now, Mimi, question, what do you make of that performance?
I was ready to see some more.
I know. I was
But yes, I remember this queen. I remember her. Actually, we went to CFBC together. Yeah, a great performance. I remember it. I remember it very well.
She's got a powerful voice.
She does. She does. She was actually a really, really good singer. She's actually really entertaining in person as well, so not just on stage.
So do I get to intro this next queen? Because I think, you know, I don't know if I can do it justice. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to try. So
I don't know
the next queen, the next queen is from Sugar Mass 42. She goes by the name of Mimi Armstrong. Sounds vaguely familiar, but I think we refer to her as Mimi.
But believe me, dear, when I say that she can give you the world, but she'll never love you the way that I love you.
Ooh, and we're coming back from that performance.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
I have no clue.
Kind of looks like your sister.
I have no clue who that
Younger
is.
sister,
Never
maybe?
seen that person before in my entire life.
What was that experience like?
It was great. It was, again, months, as all the previous queens that I've said, it's months and months of practice and preparation. So when you're finally able to put out all your hard work on stage, yeah, it's really so nice. It's actually my favorite night, just the adrenaline, the excitement, yeah.
I love the way that you held that note. I want to see that performance live. So at some point in the new year, we're going to get the full performance on
Once you're ready
Good
to
Morning.
pay for it.
You're going to tell our fans to pay, our listeners?
I'm telling you to pay.
Oh, boy.
Jamie will pay on your behalf.
I get special treatment. You guys realize that, right? All right, number 3, we have, what are you saying?
Tashima Brown, another classmate of mine.
Wow. So you went to school with all the queens.
Yes.
Look, turn off the quail bellies. Good afternoon. Things really change, you know? Everybody talking about things ain't changed. Yes, things change. Starting with the music. Long time, you could have taken a little chip. Back then, the music didn't have to come with no warning label and instructions. You could have taken a little chip. Back then.
We're back. Wow. I gotta say, interesting performance from Sugar Mass 43. Interesting performances overall.
Yes.
It's a range, right?
Yes, it's a range, of course. It's performing talent, so you could do whatever you feel is going to get the audience excited. So drama, dance, painting, I've seen quite a few different things, dances. So I'm looking forward to see what's going to be done on stage this evening.
It's going to be really
exciting. This is another one of those anticipated shows where the tickets are sold out, everybody's excited. I'm on my phone and I'm looking at people's statuses and they have up the queen who they think is going to win tonight. So yeah, excitement.
Excitement. I tell you, I have my favorite as well. So I'm
You
not going to
do?
say, of course I have my favorite.
Okay.
I have my favorite. I'm rooting on the inside. I'll get to say it on the outside after the fact. But I'm rooting on the inside.
Of course, you can say it after the fact. But yes, the show is tonight, I think, at 7:30, I think. I may be a little bit too excited. But I know it's tonight. And yeah, you could also stream it. I know the tickets are sold out, but I know that you could stream it live. It's pay-per-view. Again, you could find that information on Carnival's page. So I'm super excited. Are you going to go or are you going to be watching virtually?
I'm just I'm hanging on to the pay-per-view part. So that's what you meant when you said I'm going to have to pay for your performance.
No, that's a different pay altogether. That's a different pay altogether. Trust me, and it's more than $20 if you're going to pay for the show tonight. But yes, so you're going to be watching from home.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'll be there in person.
You'll be there in person. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So
nice.
I'll let you know how it feels. You have to be there to actually get the goosebumps and stuff.
You have a unique perspective because as anyone who's participated in these events, I'm pretty sure that you look at it from, criteria, background, etc. The audience perhaps might just be looking at it from general.
Sometimes I just need a little entertainment. Sometimes I'm not a hard watcher who's watching for every detail. Sometimes I'm really kicking back and relaxing. Like, oh, this is nice. These dresses are nice. This is nice. So I'm looking forward to have a good time watching. I don't want to be too tense, too uptight. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the talent and interview segment.
I was just going to ask you, what were your favorite segments? Yeah.
Talent and interview segment.
What do you think is the most challenging one?
Interview.
Yeah, why?
St. Kitts is a very difficult crowd. And if you make a little slip, like people seem to be they don't seem to be waiting for you to answer correctly. They seem to be waiting for you to make that little slip and everybody goes, oh. So yeah, that part is very tough. But it is difficult to answer questions in front of so many people.
I can imagine.
It's really tough, but survival of the fittest, I guess.
I guess you can say that. I'm thinking the jungle, analogy here. Survival of the fittest. The best will survive,
Yes,
but I mean, you have a lot of experience, obviously, with that, and the young ladies themselves have had experience, and they've poised. So we wish you all of the best. We get to continue with the program now. We'll reveal who we were supporting tomorrow. So hey, stay tuned for Good Morning SKN when we return.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Well, it's almost New Year's Day. I can't believe I'm saying this already. Does anyone else feel like they're leaving 2021 in a tangle? I do. As we see the end of 2021 and we hope for a better 2022, please God, it's important that we set affirmations to encourage us as we enter the new year. Yesterday we played a game where we were to share with each other our resolutions,
And
even
lies.
though one of them was a lie, or in some cases two.
Ah.
Today, in our Loosen Up segment, Jamie and I will be playing a fun game of word affirmation on Scrabble. These words signal for many people the energy that we want to bring into the new year. For example, words of affirmation can include clarity, balance, and abundance. So here's how it works. A scrambled word will appear on screen, and the first person to guess the word correctly will get the point. So it's a competitive game. So I guess competitive should be one of those words. Let's have some fun and loosen up. Abundance.
I knew that because you said it.
Yes, I did say it. So that was me having some clairvoyance. Very good.
Premonition. Okay.
Yes.
What do you say?
So who gets that one?
Mimi gets that one. She called it. Confidence.
I wasn't going to get that. I seen Finko.
Sure they don't mind.
Sensitive.
Fitness.
I feel like you're going to win this one.
Are we sure about that? We've had these things before, but how have I ever been in the lead before? I don't ever remember that.
You've been in the lead maybe one time.
All right, so let's
Maybe
go.
I'll give you this one. Come.
We don't know. We want them to predict. Okay, this one is giving me a little bit of a... No,
I don't know. We give up.
I know I should know what it is, you know.
Gratitude.
Imagine that. Wow.
You don't want to know the words I was guessing
Gratitude. If we say it in another language, does it count?
Peace.
Uh-huh. We got peace. Hey, you guys on social media, let us know who you think will actually win this game. We've got quite a ways to go.
Adventure.
Adventure. I eked it out. Just
I think that's a tie. I said adventure.
I eked it out, man. Team Jamie, awesome.
No. Hello? Excuse me? Is that a real word?
Determination. All right. Let us know. Hashtag Team Jamie or hashtag Team Mimi at Studio327X, social media handles.
Focus.
Yes, focus indeed. I feel like you guys need to have more words in this thing, you know, because this is going to finish too quickly. We're kind of rapid here. Or maybe not. Creativity. Creativity. I don't even know what the scores are now.
Just know that I'm ahead.
5-4, it seems, in favor of me for now. That's what we heard. Oh boy, I know, right? That's exactly what it looks like.
Passion.
Wow. I was just about to ask you if there was a name of a movie called Insipid. That's all I could see. I don't know. Word on
We're on tie. We're tied.
Uh-oh. Growth.
Jamie knew that word before.
You really think so?
Laughter.
Wow. Interesting stuff.
So it's a tie.
So it's a tie. I wish you guys had a tiebreaker, but I'll take the tie. I'll take the tie.
You'll be happy to have a tie with me, Jamie. You'll be happy to have a tie with me.
I think what we need to do going into these things, since I have to pay for her performance, she's going to have to pay if I win, right? You guys think that's fair?
Well, I'll
the
be
balancing
rich.
act, right?
I'll be rich if I have to pay if you win. So that was a great game to start off or to gear up for the new year. Again, let us know what are your positive affirmations. What are those words you're going to be putting on your vision board or on your billboard, your dream board over your head? Let us know in the comments. You're watching Good Morning SKN. We'll take a brief break and we'll be right back to me beating Jamie. For 22.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, This is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom, but my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl I look me, but me no inna that. Big man no deal with back pamba.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. The creative arts domain describes the variety of artistic activities that allow individuals to use their imagination, creativity, and express ideas in various media. This domain includes indicators for dance, drama, and theater arts, music, and visual arts. In addition, the creative arts provide a means for people to display their understanding of various types of knowledge and ideas that are part of other domains. Mrs. Keisha Isaac Adams, our next guest, is a creative and assistant secretary in the Ministry of Entertainment, Entrepreneurship, and Talent Development. She is here to discuss with us creative arts in the Federation. So, now that I've gotten that official title out of the way, this is Keisha. Keisha.
Oh, Lord.
We go back many, many years, Keisha.
We do.
So the formalities, just for you, are going to be ditched a little bit because we're going to get to the comfort level.
I'm scared.
Oh, you are scared.
You don't need to be.
You don't have to be at all. All right, so after reading that introduction, I knew that you went to Edna Manley. I knew that you were interested in creative arts. Why don't you tell us what motivated you and what you learned while you were at Edna Manley as well?
Motivation. Good morning to everyone. Motivation to go to Edna Manley. Failure is what motivated me to go to Edna Manley. I was actually pursuing a degree in human resource management when I did level 1 at CFBC, and I was basically having burnout because I went to high school, I went to sixth form, I went to level 1 because I thought that's what was expected of me, do the whole academic run one time when you're young, and then in level 1 in accounts, economics, and stuff like that, I was like, I'm not hearing anything the teacher is saying. I'm blanking out, and then I failed my exams. I was like, I failed my exams. I've never failed exams. You fail in the term. But to fail exams, right. And failing accounts, I was like, well, nobody likes accounts. Well, that's me, right? But I know a lot of people love accounts. But then I failed English. Whoa! And that sent me for a loop because English is my subject. Mm-hmm. And I was like, And I remember going into the bathroom and just breaking down, crying. That was the only subject that affected me. The others, I was like, oh well, you know. And then I decided, you know, I'll take off a year. I went to the doctor. The doctor said, yes, you're done, right? And during my year, I was like, I want to be a bum for like the whole year. Just don't do anything and reassess my life, you know. And my past agri teacher, he came. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm being a bum. And he was like, would you like to come and teach agri? And I was like, oh, sure, you know, because I used to love agri. And I ended up at Washi teaching agri. And while I was there thinking about it, I was like, what do I really want to do? And I remembered going to watch the university singers when they came. And I realized how much I actually loved culture and theater and stuff. Never actually been like really exposed to it beyond school skits, church skits and stuff like that, but I am always on the stage. We've always been on the stage, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm going to try for that. So instead of going to Trinidad, I ended up in Jamaica, because, you know, Jamaica is like the heartbeat of culture with Trinidad, but Jamaica had the program that I really wanted to do. So I ended up doing a joint course of drama between UE and Edna Manley. So that's how I ended up there. Failure.
Wow.
Yesterday I saw a quote that says, creatives fail and they fail often. So yes, I guess that's me.
Wow, I mean, that's a great story. I didn't know that's how you ended up there.
Yes, that's how I ended up there.
Wow, that's very interesting. So you're saying to me that you didn't do much of any creative thing before that time?
Just singing and little skits.
For some reason, I just imagined that you were one of those people who came out of the womb acting and painting and dancing and dramatizing.
I did art in high school, but I didn't get to take it to CXC because it was clashing with my business subjects. And like I said, because I thought that is what was that is what was expected of me, to do something that would make money. You know, you had to fit into certain categories. Doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. Right. One of those. So I wasn't going to be a doctor. Nope. I went to physics class once, and when I saw the math in it, I was like, may I please be excused? And I knew that wasn't for me. So it might have been a little rebellious, you know, a little rebellion in me why I went the other way, because I remember when I decided to do drama, my dad was like, can you make money off of that? You know, I was like, yeah, have you seen the movies? Right. But he didn't really have that much confidence in that, and my mother was just like, whatever you want to do, that's you, you know. So I just went, not too much support, but I went anyway. And even where the government was concerned, there was like zero support. You know, I had economic costs when I was doing business, but then I had to reapply for economic costs to switch because the 2 years had passed, and they denied it. Whoa. They said it's not on our priority list. So I said, so what am I supposed to do? And she said, undertake your cost. I was like, all right.
But look at you now. Very fascinating story. You are here working for the government, representing them today. And we'll get a little more detail on that and exactly how that came to be when we return with Good Morning SKN. And we are back here on Good Morning SKN. Earlier I said that Mrs. Keisha Isaac, why do I call you Mrs.? Keisha Isaac Adams is representing the ministry. She's I never call you Mrs. I just call you Keisha. Delia knows that. I call you Keisha. So Keisha, you're representing yourself here. That's a clarification that we're going to make. Now.
So you were part of, are you the owner? Sorry, not part of. You're the owner of a production company.
Yes.
Owner, part of. Right.
Along with my husband.
Okay. So part owner. Yes. Can you tell us the inspiration behind that?
Okay, so currently our production company is called New Age Productions. When I met my husband, Dele, he had a film company called Mage Productions, and my original theater company was called Nubian Arts Productions. Remember that?
Yes,
one?
I do.
Yes, so when we got married, we merged them. So you have New Age from Nubian and Mage. So we put those together so that we operate as one for film and stage. So we there's no getting away from like our creativity. So even though we don't have a very strong theatrical or film presence on the island at the moment, we've been working to change the whole scene, you know. It's gradually getting better.
It is.
Yes,
slowly but surely.
Yes,
Right.
you know, slow and steady wins the race.
Yes.
So our main goal is edutainment. We want
tell us what that is.
Edutainment is educating through entertainment. So the topics and the subjects that we basically put out there, you enjoy yourself, but you come away learning something. Because if the audience doesn't feel anything and they don't learn something, then what's the point?
Correct.
You know?
Give me an example of that.
Okay, the most recent example I can come up with is the collaboration we did with the Ministry of Health for Exploring the V, which was, most persons would call it a version of the vagina monologues. But it was a little bit more than that. Right, it was a series of all the genres put together: singing, dancing, drama, and all of that, poetry in particular, where the performers addressed different issues surrounding
feminine,
us, and how society views people like us. Solely based on the fact that we have vaginas. That's it. You know, all the misconceptions around menstruation and, you know, puberty, and even the naming of the body parts and stuff like that. So we dealt with how, you know, sometimes men prey on young girls because after 12 is lunch.
Yes.
Stuff like that. How, you know, sometimes women bring men into their homes and they end up preying on their daughters and their sons. And we even dealt with how women and men interact, and how sometimes we don't give men enough props for protecting and taking care of women. So we didn't leave the men out. No, we did not. Before that, we did one called, all of this happened during the pandemic.
Still in the pandemic.
Yes. Well, over the last 2 years. Was Open Door Conversation, where we had 4 one-act play pieces in a series, and one was on domestic violence, which ended in the boyfriend killing the girlfriend, because the truth of the matter is sometimes you don't escape it. You know, normally when you see these things, you know, there's a happy ending, but we know for a fact that that's not always the case. So we wanted persons to see that. And then we had one on a broken marriage, where things still weren't good at the end, but because the man begged, she ended up staying. And we showed that this is unhealthy. It's unhealthy, but they're going to stay in this, and it's just a vicious cycle. And then the other one was the woman being the antagonist, where she was the
As we
cheat.
sometimes are.
Yes, she was the cheat, and she treated this man really bad. I was like, it happens on both sides. And so we wanted the public to see that, because all you hear in public is men are dogs, men this, men that. It's like, yeah, not, some women are terrible. So man bad, woman terrible. But we wanted persons to see that this is reality. And then the last one, which I'm going to call his name, Naim, was a part of
that name
suicide.
sounds familiar.
Naim was it was on suicide, and he had already decided, because of his experiences, because he had been molested as a child, and it changed his perception, and he thought that he was a homosexual, and he grew up perpetuating this persona, and he lived this way until like depression and everything took over, and he was ready to kill himself. And his reflection, he basically had a whole conversation with his reflection. And his reflection was trying to talk him out of it. So you could see what all the workings that go on in the mind before people, because I don't think persons like just jump into suicide. There's a process. And some persons decide at the end of the process to do it, and some persons decide not to do it. But in this case, he went through with it. And you know, persons, there was a lot of silence, persons cried, and everything, and I sat to the back and I was like, very good.
Yes, you felt something.
Yes.
So, I mean, you told us about all of these productions that you did, I mean, for the past 2 years?
Those were the last 2 years.
Yeah, past 2 years. What are we looking forward to now? I mean, we're almost at the end of our segment, but let us know what we're looking forward to going into 2022.
Okay, so we have...
You don't have to spill all the beans, just let us know.
No, that's fine, because I want the general public to look forward to these things, because for that, it's motivation for me to actually get them done. Yeah, so we are supposed to do the second segment of Exploring the V. This is called Sex and Society. And then we have one that's called Man in Chains and The Sound of Silence. Those two basically deal with a lot of the social issues that we're facing with, where people are afraid to speak out, as well as our history as Black people, but from a male perspective of how he was treated as a slave, and how society society expects from him going forward in life.
Very good projects, and I'm looking forward to them. Of course, I know whatever comes out of New Age is one for the books, and you keep including them.
Yes, quality.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us for this edition of Good Morning SKN. I get to say it again, Mrs. Keisha Isaac Adams. All right, you're watching Good Morning SKN. We will be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who can support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen? Don't let this happen to you.
Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
The St. Kitts Diabetes Association wants to encourage you to remember the association's gospel, abbreviated TEAM, in order to maintain good control of your diabetes. T, you must test your blood sugar regularly. E, you must eat right with decent quantities of vegetables and fruits and eliminate sugary products. E, you must exercise frequently, at least 4 to 6 times weekly for 30 minutes or more each time. And M, you must take your medication as prescribed by your healthcare provider. If you follow this gospel, you will significantly reduce your chances of encountering the dreaded complications associated with poor control of diabetes, namely kidney failure, blindness, heart disease, stroke, and amputations. Visit your healthcare provider regularly to ensure good control of your diabetes and to access early intervention in case of any unexpected complications. Come and join the St. Kitts Diabetes Association and add your voice and your efforts to those working to ease the burden of persons living with diabetes. Thank you.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
It's been 6
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors, in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. As you have already detected, Mimi and I are in fitness gear. There's a reason for that. But first, fitness. Working out, getting in shape, losing weight are the most common New Year's resolutions. This is according to data from, and we apologize for this in advance, as such information is not available for St. Kitts and Nevis, the U.S. Statistics Research Department 2021. This made up for at least 50% of respondents. Though the data for St. Kitts and Nevis is not available for this, we're pretty sure that if we were to do a similar poll, the data would be the same or higher. After the Christmas feasting and just waiting for the New Year, New Me attitude to kick in, this is the #1 on the list. Unfortunately, just as many who place this on their list fail or give up in the first 3 months, and more by month 6. So today we have with us fitness trainer, gym instructor, Adolphus Jones, to tell us just how we can keep that New Year resolution with the New Year, New Me attitude, better fitness in 2022. Welcome, Adolphus.
Thank you.
So, your introduction to fitness before we get into how we can get to the new me or the new us. Here. What about you? How did you get involved?
Basically, I think my introduction to fitness came from sports. Realizing that the fitter I am, the better I can do on and off the field when it comes to athletics.
Good attitude.
So how do you design for your clients? Do you have specific training, specific diet plans? Is it specific or is it like a general plan? How does that work?
Basically, it's the needs of the client. Basically, what they want to change about their body or their lifestyle or their fitness level. That's what I try to incorporate into their workout. So it can be the same generally, but with different
tweaks. All right. And is it just exercise, fitness, or does it include diet as well?
No.
Because I know some people go for a nice long walk and then they go home and eat KFC.
Yes. So eating right is very important. I try to run away from diet, because when people hear diet, they think starve. But I try to push more nutrition. Eating for your body type and your goals.
So in terms of nutrition, because that's one of the things that has always been a disconnect for some people, especially myself, because I cycle through periods of intense, weight gain and periods of intense fitness, generally because I am either working and I make the excuse, I don't have time. I'm sure you hear that a lot. So in ensuring that we can stick to these motivations, how do you do that with your clients?
Well, that's the hard part, because they work a lot, they miss meals, and then people think that you eat for flavor. Yeah, most people, that's the #1 reason why they eat. They don't eat so they could get stronger or so they could be fitter, look younger. They mostly eat for flavor. So once I try to change it and let them know that their food affects their performance. And then that gives them a better perspective of what they should eat and why and when.
You can actually eat to look younger?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, we're going to talk after this. All right, so can a person reach their fitness goals just by working out? Well, I think you answered that question, because obviously it's a mind thing also, and commitment, right, Mimi?
Of course, commitment, which is the hard part. So your brand is called GFQ, which is Get Fit Quick.
Yes.
I want to know if that's the truth or not. Can you really get fit quick?
Okay, basically what it means, the quickest way to get fit is to get up and get going. So the longer you stay in your state, the longer it's going to take you to move. So that's the whole basis between get behind getting fit quick.
I do like that.
I love that. So we'll be back for more with Adolphus Jones, and hopefully work with a sweat or two in a minute. Stay tuned.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Shake. Drop to the ground and take a little cover under a table or strong furniture. Kneel. Bend your head close to your knees. Hold on to a table leg or desk, please. Hand behind your head, protect your neck with your arm. Face away from windows, you must understand. If you don't have a shelter to hang on to, remain in a place till the shaking's through now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold. Stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave tsunami, wave tsunami, wave tsunami. Move away from doorways, windows and shelves. Heavy objects could drop. You could damage yourself. Cabinet and bookcases may also fall. Light fixtures and objects mounted on the walls. And if caught outside, find an open space. Debris from buildings may fly in your face. Kneel or sit on the ground. Cover your head and remember every word that I said. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold. Stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Don't panic. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave. Tsunami, wave. Tsunami, wave. Tsunami. Drop. Everybody now. Drop. I wanna see you now. Cover your head. Cover your head. Drop. Say everybody now. Tsunami. I want you to put up all your hands. Tsunami. I want you to put up all your flags. Tsunami. Yeah. Tsunami. Yeah. Tsunami. Do not go home without permission. Stay and wait for help and instructions. Do not go down by the seat to watch the action. Just to talk about what has happened. In science lab, chemicals may drop. Exit only after shaking has stopped. Do not panic, everything will be fine. Don't use the phone line at this time. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold. Stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Don't panic. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave. Tsunami. Wave. Tsunami. Wave. Tsunami.
We're here on Good Morning SKN with fitness trainer. I hope you're not a torture trainer. Adolphus Jones, who is now going to give us a live demonstration on a quick full body workout that can be done at home. So let's get ready to get fit quick.
All right. All right, lovely.
It's been a long time.
Definitely, definitely. So you guys ready?
Yeah, well, as ready as we can be.
Okay,
awesome. Too.
Awesome. So before you start doing any exercises, any fitness routine, please consult your healthcare physician. And if you are doing anything and feel any pain, please stop. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So we're going to start off with warm up, and warming up at home can be a bit challenging because you do the same thing over and over, but we're going to try to make it a little fun. So you can start by matching in place. See, and anyone can do this. Good. And usually you want to just try to get your heart rate up gradually.
Yeah, I see the guys in the studio doing it well. Yeah, you guys will.
And as your heart rate goes up and you feel a little loose, you could add a little skip. Good. Got to make the warm up fun. And you can add your arms. Good. All right, good. Another warm-up exercise we like to do, jumping jacks. Everybody can do jumping jacks. And we can do 2 variations. We could do the low impact one. Maybe you can do this one. Yes. And me and Jamie will do the regular ones.
All right.
All right, we're gonna try for 10.
All right.
Ready? And 1. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Good job. Awesome.
Extra one for you.
Lovely, lovely. So we're gonna continue with some stretches, and right now we're just gonna simply stick one foot out, toes up, and bend down slowly. Good. Stretching your hamstring and your calves.
I can feel that.
Yes. Good. So you really want to warm your muscles and get them loose.
I'm actually working up a sweat here.
Before you take up the intensity of the workout. All right. Next stretch, we're gonna go to our quadriceps, and you can hold on to your body, or if you have a mop stick at home, you can use your stick for balance. Just put it down and balance and stretch. Good. Switch to the next leg. Now, typically you want to hold your stretch for at least 30 seconds.
Jamie, you're breathing? Like you're breathing.
All right, good. Lovely.
I know, right?
Another popular exercise we like to do is squats. Good. But for squats, you want to make sure you have the proper form. Most people, when they squat, they tend to let the knees pass their toes, and that tend to hurt your knees. So what you want to do is tilt your pelvis back and sit as if you're sitting in a chair. All right? So we can do normal squats, basic squats, or you can pep it up a little bit, add some resistance, add some weights, and you can squat with the weights. Simple household items. All right, so we're going to try 5 squats. You ready?
Yep.
Sure.
All right, good. Let's go. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can make it to 10.
Sure.
7, 8.
I'm making sure I keep my head straight so that I
10. Good job.
myself differently.
Good. So you don't have to do 10. If you want to do more, you can do more, 20 or 30, depending on how much weight you're going to use. So now we're going to demonstrate 2 floor exercises you can do. So this first one is called fire hydrant. Literally, you're going to
hate those.
be on all fours. All fours, you want to keep your core tight, and you bring your legs out to the side.
I specifically remember I hate these.
Nice and controlled. So we have 3 motions for this one. You can go out to the side. You could also push your heel up, and then you can do it with the legs straight. All right, so these really work up a sweat, help tone your legs, and build muscles. So we're gonna do 5 of each.
Am I gonna hit you?
I hope not.
So we're gonna start with the left leg, and we're gonna do 5 of each. Really keep your core tight. Good. So Jamie's already out there. He's already out the gate. Good. Good form. Awesome.
Then what are we doing?
The next one, you could do straight leg. Good. You really want to keep your core tight. Engage your abdominal muscles. Good job.
I'm not seeing you guys doing these ones.
Oh, I just did.
I mean,
good. And for the last movement, you just bend your leg and you go all the way up, pushing your heel to the sky. Good. And you can switch leg.
These are good because you could do them at home, like just in your living room.
Yes, definitely.
You don't need any equipment.
And you don't need a lot of space. Good. So you guys, easy at home workout where you touch every muscle in your body.
Jamie, you good?
I am good.
Jamie,
I'm sweating actually. I'm sweating actually.
Jamie needs a rag. So yeah, we've been working out again. As the trainer said, you could do these things at home. You know, everybody likes to say New Year, New Me. So you could kick off your New Year, New Me with doing these simple at-home workouts. Can you let us know how we can contact you in case we need some assistance by a professional?
All right, so you can contact me by my number, or you can look on Facebook for GFQ, Get Fit Quick, and my number is 765-1020. All right?
There was something that you were supposed to teach us, wasn't there? As we close, the Get Fit Quick dab or something like that?
The Get Fit Quick dab?
Yeah.
Basically, you just make the G, the F, and you dab through the Q.
Let me see that again.
So it's a backward G, the F, and then you dab through the Q.
Oh.
That's the logo for my show.
Awesome.
So I do feel a little more quick. Jamie, do you feel a little more fit?
Oh yeah, I think we need to do this every morning.
We're not going to do this every morning. But you guys have been watching Good Morning SKN. I hope that you worked up a little sweat like me and Jamie. We'll take a short break and then we'll be right back.
You ever
Let me see you shake like a quick now. Shake. Let me see you shake like a quick now.
Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
And we are back with the final segment of Good Morning SKN for today. And this is where we get to tell you what's happening. So Mimi, drum roll, laptop, whatever it is, what's happening?
Well, as I mentioned before, we have the National Carnival Queen Pageant tonight and tonight only. It's the long-anticipated National Carnival Queen Pageant where we have 5 ambassadors who are going to be vying for this year's title of National Carnival Queen. The ambassadors for this year's pageant are Sasha Herbert, Saskia Evans, Hersha Parmanand, Nikira Nichols, and Canine Blanchett. So yeah, this show is going to be one for the books, and we're super excited. Well, I am very, very excited to see it.
Yeah, I was saying that when we were on break, 2 of these are actually my students. Well, were my students.
Oh wow!
So yeah.
So you taught queens.
You're
always in the presence of queens.
Apparently so, as I'm reminded daily. I'm joking. Right.
So what's next on the list, Jamie?
Well, next on the list we have the Senior Calypso Monarch Finals. And that will be tomorrow. So the competing Calypsonians for Sugar Mass 50 are King Astro, King Socrates, Queen Independent, King Hollywood, Queen Kibby, former schoolmate of mine as well, Lady Diva, former schoolmate of mine as well, when I was like wee there, Murray Takeover, and of course the reigning Calypso Monarch, Queenie G.
Yeah, who is here, and she's quite a darling.
Yeah,
I really like her, so I'm rooting for her. Purpose, People United Redeeming Powerful Outstanding Service Empowerment, is in the middle of hosting a week of talent-filled events, and we did mention that yesterday. It's being held at COGOP at Buckley site, 7:30 nightly. Tonight is Praise and Worship Night. So join Purpose tonight. Bring your friends, your family for a night of inspiration and transformation that you won't forget. So yeah, that's something. I mean, as we're saying that we're transitioning into the new year, and everybody's like, new year, new me. So I think it's a good place to go and find your purpose, go and find some inspiration to take over into 2022.
Yeah, and refreshments will be on sale, so definitely take your money with you.
Yes, or you could drink a bottle of water, as me and you have just started our fitness journey here.
Yeah, but I'm one of those people who somewhat believes in some leeway, because it's like, I just earned that.
No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. It's about commitment and dedication.
Listen.
So Jamie will be having a salad this evening.
Well, I didn't say that I would be. But anyway, for those of you who are yet to start your New Year's resolutions, the New Year is not yet upon us. So if you're going to, that function there where purpose is going to be fulfilled, take some money with you, buy some refreshments. We're good.
So I think that's the end of what's happening. So Jamie, I mean, the New Year. Okay, we have a few days.
Yeah.
Have you started working on your resolutions?
Working on my resolution by way of calling my trainer, whose number I forgot. So if you're watching, I'm going to come see you after this. Yes. Getting back to that whole thing that I do, which is typically to run. I'm a runner.
You're a runner. I'm a runner too.
You're a runner too. Okay,
yes.
We're going to run from the
This
studio
year
today.
my personal best, actually, I did from Timothy Hill all the way to Majors Bay.
Really? How many miles is that? Like 8 or 9 or something like that?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay.
But it was a nice, fun walk. The sun wasn't too hot. It was really great.
Oh, you were walking?
It was a walk run.
I thought it was a run.
A walk run. I'm not King Collins.
No, the longest that I've ever run, I think, nonstop was about 8 miles. Yeah,
that's a long time.
Yeah, I actually did it. I had to build to it, but it's addictive, as you know. Exercise is addictive. So those New Year's resolutions, if you want an addictive New Year's resolution, that's the one that you should go for. Exercise, right?
Yes, as our trainer would have said, consult your healthcare professional before you attempt an 8-mile run, which is amazing, by the way. But yeah, we're looking forward to hear about your New Year's resolutions. We still have a few days to hash those out and think about things that are going to be really, really meaningful.
What do you think is the first one on people's list, apart from fitness? What do you think that is?
I think fitness is always the number one.
Yeah, it is generally the
yes, our people always feel like, and as we said before, within the first 3 months, people are like, oh, okay, we'll just leave that.
It's weird, because I've had the experience of my trainer telling me, you know what, when Carnival is coming up, the last quarter of the year is generally when the gym is full, because everybody wants their Carnival bodies on, right?
Correct.
So it's like, let's get those Carnival bodies on. The New Year comes around, you get it again, but in the first 3 months, it's like, okay, yeah, maybe not so much.
Consistency is a tough one.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. Yes,
but it's worth it. It's worth it.
It is worth it.
One of the highlights from today's show for me was the fact that you could eat to look younger, and I was supposed to talk to the office about that. So
yes, you can, or not eat to look younger. Yes.
The opposite of that would be eating to age.
Right, and he wants to do that. But actually, sugary stuff, processed foods, actually make you look older.
Okay, well, that's
So
good to
that's
know.
why the people could drink some water tonight.
That's good. Well, being up here next to you, I'm going to be drinking some water, get that youthful face going. You know.
You do have a very youthful face, by the way, you do. You do have I'm not going to tell you a lie. Anyways, I think we've come to the end of our, we've shared enough of our personal life experiences
Let's
for
tell
one
them
day.
very quickly to follow us on our social media handles. Subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Snapchat. We're on TikTok at Studio 327 Inc. We're on Facebook. So like us, follow us.
Start your mornings
with us.
Yes.
Good Morning SKN tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.